What up, guys? So, today we're gonna talk about the last 10 pounds. How to lose that last 10 pounds in your dieting phase. So, you've been pretty good on your diet with your training. You went from 25% body fat all the way down to 10% body fat. But now you want to go that extra mile. You want to be ripped. Now you're lean. Now you want to be ripped, right? You want to have veins everywhere, right? You want to have ripped abs. So how do you break down into that single digit body fat? Okay? So because basically from 10 to about 7-8% body fat, it's going to take about 10 pounds. 10-15 pounds at the most to get into that super single digit ripped look. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different. The last 10-15 pounds, they are a little bit different, because you just have to work harder for these, because your body, believe it or not, your body wants to be fucking fat. Your body wants to be full of junk food. Your body wants to be fat, sitting around watching TV, and just be a fucking pig, right? Your body wants to be fat. Fat keeps you warm. It acts like an insulation to the body. And pretty much, all of the hormones are in check when there's enough fat on the body. So your brain is basically going crazy. When you're in a diet and you're about 10% body fat and you start to break down into that single digits, your brain is gonna go, oh shit, we're fucking starving. We are fucking dying. This guy's gonna burn all the fucking fat off. We should try everything to stop it. So your body's gonna fight you a lot with the last 10 pounds. But that doesn't mean you can't lose it. That's bullshit, That's just a fucking excuse. You can still lose the fat just like the other fat you lost. It's just gonna maybe take a little bit longer and a little bit more effort. So this is what you do. If you are at, for example, now, let's say you're at, 2,000 calories, right? You're at 2,000 calories now. You're doing 3 days of cardio, 3 days of weight training. Everything's on point, So what do you do now for the last 10 pounds? So this is usually what I do for the last 4 weeks of my cutting phase. 4 to 6 weeks. So I basically cut out all of my carbs. It's basically something like a keto diet, but it's really not. I'm not eating that amount of fat. I'm just cutting out all of the carbs, maybe increasing fats a little bit and increasing the protein. You should always take 1 gram per pound of body weight protein, 1 gram. And fat should be about 60-70 grams when you're at the last stages of your diet. And I just lowered my carbs to about 10 grams a day. That's it. That's basically nothing. That's basically a salad and maybe a sugar-free energy drink. So I basically cut out all of the carbs. That automatically decreases my calories a lot. That makes my body drop out all of the water. It flushes out a lot of the water weight, a lot of the sodium. Because look, those last 10-15 pounds in that stubborn area, it's not all fat, right? It's some water too. I'm not saying it's all water weight. Definitely a majority of it is pretty much body fat, but some of it is water weight. And with reducing carbs to practically zero, that helps out. It flushes out all the water weight. So it's gonna flush out the water weight, it's gonna decrease the calories. You're gonna feel like shit. That's why I call it, the last hell weeks, right? The last 4 to 5, maybe even 6 weeks, but don't do it longer than that. Just diet normally up until that point, then you can try this. And you're gonna see, guys, you're gonna lose at least 10 to 15 pounds in 4 to 6 weeks. Definitely. Just alone in that small time frame. Because you're gonna, when you drastically reduce carbs, you're gonna lose a lot of weight. Some fat, because your body doesn't have carbs for energy anymore, it's gonna start to dig into fat cells, but also because you're losing a lot of that water weight, because carbs bind to water weight, and it's gonna flush out a lot. So you're gonna lose a lot of weight, and that last 10 pounds is gonna go pretty good. Okay, now for the training, you should stick to weight training, maybe increase sets, maybe add one more set to each exercise, and maybe add one more cardio session. It's not that complicated. You just do the same thing you were doing weeks ago, adding cardio, decreasing calories, but this time you just decrease the fucking carbs, right? And it's gonna help a lot. It helped me a lot, because the body's really fighting with the last 10 pounds. And you just have to do something different. Something that your body responds to. But keep in mind, because I hear a lot of bullshit on YouTube. When I was reading up on this, when I was learning about this stuff, and when I was going through my diet the first time, these bullshit YouTubers, they said, okay, now the last 10 pounds you have to do fasting, you have to do that, and me as a naive kid, I fucking did all that shit, and you know what? It didn't work. Why? Because to fat loss, there's no fucking tricks. It all comes down to being in a calorie deficit. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah, you can try fasting for the last 10 pounds. Yeah, you can try the keto diet. But the fact is, you just have to be in a deeper calorie deficit. That's it. Just a deeper deficit. That's gonna burn the fat off. Not a special diet you're fucking doing. You just have to go lower in calories. And for the last 10 pounds, it's usually a lot lower. That's why it's harder. Because you have to go a lot lower in carbs and calories. So, that was all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, drop a comment, and definitely subscribe. Peace out, guys.